From Sergio Garcia's insanely racist remarks towards Tiger Woods, to Brooks and Johnson throwing hands after the Ryder Cup, here are the most disrespectful moments in golf history. Starting with the comment that nearly lost Garcia his career. Long-standing differences between the two came to a peak at the 2013 Players' Championship, when Garcia accused Woods of taking a club out of his bag while he was hitting a shot. The accusation elicited a reaction from the audience which led the Spaniard to blunder. Later, Garcia was asked whether he would want to host the American group for dinner. His response, "We'll have him over and serve him fried chicken." Whoops! That didn't just upset Woods. The racist remark also lost Garcia his lucrative TaylorMade deal. And possibly his career, too. Garcia eventually offered an apology which Woods accepted, but the hostilities had been brewing for a while. Garcia was also seen complaining that Tiger Woods' supporters were making too much noise on the golf course. Then he claimed that Woods isn't a nice person, and has lied to the media ever since he walked into an interview room. Coming from Garcia, who has spent his entire career trying to catch Woods, it demonstrates both a remarkable lack of maturity and a complete lack of understanding of how racial prejudices can actually cause harm. Now, I don't know about that dinner, but Sergio did get served by karma soon enough. He divides golf fans and has a history of stirring up a little controversy. At the 2015 Players' Championship, Garcia was obnoxiously heckled by spectators at TPC Sawgrass beginning with his first round. When the Spaniard participated in the three-way playoff with Ricky Fowler and Kevin Kisner, the taunting grew louder and more aggressive. Garcia praised the badgering that began even before the three-hole aggregate playoff, saying, for the most part, it was great. He also took a dig at those people, saying there were some men in attendance who had no business watching golf. Touché. But sadly, the lack of empathy in class didn't only apply to those spectators in the galleries. The worst bit came from US television analyst Dan Hicks, who faked a Spanish accent when he said that Sergio could use a siesta. Don't feel bad for Garcia though, he had it coming. But judge all you want, cause this next player has been disrespectful one too many times. I'm sure you know who. Rory Sabatini, that's who. Hand on your heart, Rory is one of the most despised golfers on the PGA Tour. Right? Right. There are several moments to discuss. So let's just give you a dose of the finest, shall we? And let's just say that the South African, has strong opinions. His playing mates have watched him leave the greens and go on to the next tee as they continue to hit shots. And at one point, his ex-wife had to defend him by arguing that he was gravely misunderstood. Rory might just be the personification of the jerkiest kind of player. Man's got a history of bad behavior. He chastised Ben Crane for his sluggish play and challenged Tiger Woods to a fight. Well, not a fist fight exactly, but a warning to pick up his game. To the finest player in the world back then, the nerve. Then, during the Tournament Players' Championship, the arrogant South African sparked a fight with Woods for no good reason. The same year, Sabatini received the distinction of being chosen as Sports Illustrated's least favorite playing partner on a tour. No surprises there. Oh, and he also yelled at a teen volunteer at Riviera in 2011 and subsequently got into an altercation with Sean O'Hare. When asked about the O'Hare incident and a potential suspension, Sabatini arrogantly said, "Comment on what? Those absurd rumors going around about me?" Rumors. Sure, whatever you say. Now, coming back to Sergio and Tiger. These guys made everyone question their etiquette for spitting. Yep, it's those two again, and seems like they have something in common too. First, El Nino received a fine for spitting into the 13th hole at a CA championship. And in an interview with NBC following his round, Garcia recognized his error and said he did it to express disappointment for missing the putt. Okay, I might let that pass as an involuntary reaction. But then the 14-time major champion, who's revered by many golfers, was captured on camera spitting on a green during the 2011 Dubai Desert Classic. Woods violated the rules of the course after missing a putt for par on the 12th hole. So naturally, after being found in violation of the rules during his final round at the Emirates Golf Club in Dubai, Woods was penalized for his misbehavior. Speaking of misbehavior, let's not forget how the whole Tiger Woods cheating controversy was a massive disgrace to the sport. On the golf course, he made a name for himself as the player who spins his club after making a good stroke, points to his ball as it approaches the cup, and does a fist pump after making a crucial shot. Off the course, he's the notorious womanizer who cheated on his wife arrogantly and damaged his reputation as a devoted family guy. In fact, he was so controlling that he told his wife Ellen Nordegren not to smile after he won. Now, as bad as all this was, we can't not talk about Vijay Singh being a super snob. How else would you describe someone who claimed to be unaware of the benefits of utilizing deer antler spray, a type of steroid substitute to gain a competitive edge? Singh was also accused of cheating early in his career by changing his scorecard, and the Asian Tour ultimately suspended him. Some would argue that when he spoke out against women participating in the men's tour, he was just as arrogant. Yep, Singh vehemently objected to Annika Sorenstam competing in a men's competition. Singh, who placed second at the Wachovia Championship, said, "I hope she misses the cut." Why? Because she doesn't belong here. Wow, that's just sad. Singh may be a lock for the Hall of Fame, but he has no business serving as the sports spokesperson. And speaking of being snobby, Azinger's comment in 2020 reeked of it. The former US Ryder Cup captain and current lead golf pundit for NBC Sports pissed off quite a few golfers from Europe. It was when he discussed the possibilities of England's Tommy Fleetwood winning the Honda Classic. His exact words were, "You can win all you want on that European tour, but you have to win on the PGA Tour." Whoops, that European tour. Rory McIlroy, Lee Westwood, and Ian Poulter all expressed their displeasure with Azinger's remark, saying they believed he was pretty disrespectful and condescending. Can't argue with that. But still, at least Azinger only ran his mouth. Same can't be said about these next guys though. They ran their fists. It came as a shock to everyone when Johnson allegedly exchanged blows with teammate and close friend Brooks Koepka. It was on the trip home following a humbling loss at the 2018 Ryder Cup at Le Golf National, where the supposedly finest team the USA had ever produced in the competition were hammered by Europe. Although it's been denied by the parties involved, eyewitness records of the incident suggested major problems between the two. According to reports, Koepka and Johnson got into a fight following the 2018 Ryder Cup. In fact, they had to be separated at the party, according to an article in The Telegraph at the time. Paulina Gretzky, Johnson's wife, is said to have been at the center of the argument. Well, Brooks tells anyone who'd listen that the two were just horsing around, just messing like boys do. It clearly didn't look like that, kid. Koepka also claimed that his beef with DeChambeau has been resolved. You might remember that the two used to be fierce PGA Tour competitors. And at the height of their conflict, tour director Jay Monahan threatened to expel spectators who booed DeChambeau or yelled Brewski. Anywho, from Brooks and Johnson throwing hands at the Ryder Cup to Sergio Garcia's insanely racist remarks toward Tiger Woods, these were the most disrespectful moments in golf history.